Welcome to the next part of our journey to a world where gardens and green spaces are inclusive and are ready to face the challenges of climate change. In this video, we will learn what disabilities we can take into account when planning gardens and green spaces, so that disabled people can not only use them, but also take care of their maintenance. Let's have a look at Giardino's garden. Now that Giardino has adapted his garden to the new climatic conditions, the garden is blooming again, and life has returned. Giardino wants to invite his family and friends over. And here comes Claire. Claire is an old friend of Giardino's, and has been confined to a wheelchair for several years. However, Giardino didn't think to remove the steps in his garden when he redesigned it, which is why Claire can't visit him. Unfortunately, Giardino is also not strong enough to pull Claire up the steps. Claire therefore has to leave again, but Giardino promises to take care of the problem. Claire's disability is called mobility disabilities, which are manifested by the fact that people find it difficult to move without aids. This applies, for example, to people in wheelchairs or elderly people with walkers. Oh look, here comes Brian. Brian is blind, and because Giardino is in the house at the moment, he has problems finding his way into the garden on his own. After a while he gives up and tells Giardino to come back another time. Blindness is a sensory disability. Sensory disabilities, on the other hand, are disabilities of the human senses, like limitation in hearing, seeing, touching, for example. Jennifer suffers from anxiety and doesn't like being around people. That's why she canceled Giardino in advance. Giardino has promised to meet her alone soon. Mental disabilities are also very diverse, and are manifested by depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, or learning disabilities. Here there are not too many things Giardino can do, so that it is easier for people with such types of disabilities to visit him or his garden. Here comes Giardino's grandmother. She has an autoimmune disease that makes her lack the strength other people have, so she has to take more breaks and she needs to sit down after she walked a little bit. Because Giardino knows that, he already built a place where his grandmother can rest a little bit when she is visiting him. Giardino likes to have visitors, and would therefore like to redesign his garden so that more of his friends can visit him, even if they are disabled. So he has to think about how he can redesign his garden. Of course, it is very difficult to find a solution for all the challenges that people with disabilities face when creating a garden. These are the mobility disabilities and the sensory disabilities. There are already many good solutions for these. So in this lesson, we will take a closer look at what solutions already exist, and how we can make it easier for people with disabilities to enjoy gardens and parks.